Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025 comes out this weekend. I got to see it early. Let's talk a little bit about it. Hey everybody, I'm Killjoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. If you like seeing early horror movie reviews just like this one, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, the best way to support the page is by becoming a Patreon supporter or channel member, where you'll get bonus review videos. Also, Patreon supporters exclusively get to see trailer reaction videos that YouTube won't really allow me to post. I would show them to everybody, but YouTube's a real stickler about that kind of thing. Thank you all so much for your support and keeping me in business. Now let's get into the review.
You have to dress like Santa.
It helps me slip from Billy into something else.
The 2025 film is a little different than the original, so let's read the plot description. When Billy witnesses his parents' grisly murder at the hands of Santa, it ignites a lifelong mission to spread holiday fear. Every Christmas, he dons the red suit and embarks on a blood-soaked massacre to feed his twisted sense of justice. 2025 has been a great year for horror. Do not get me wrong, but in terms of slashers in general, yikes. The slasher subgenre has been getting beat in the face all year, and then right before the bell rings, does this year tap out? Absolutely not. We're getting back up bloody-faced with Silent Night, Deadly Night for a very rare W.
For Christ's sake, at least get a gun.
Guns are for pussies.
The 2025 reimagining serves as an improvement over the original film in nearly every regard. With a fast-paced plotline and stylized deaths of human monsters getting exactly what they deserve, this film unwraps all kinds of satisfaction just in time for the holiday season. I think what's really cool about this movie is that sometimes when you say, you know, we're reimagining a film for like a modern audience, for instance, right? You think we're gonna lose and strip away a lot of those things that made the original so great. What's great about this reimagining in particular is that it uses the same elements and just makes them go in different places. For instance, you still have Billy Chapman, who gets a weird warning from his grandpa, and then he does witness his parents die in a very vicious way, but things shake out a little differently than before. This is also a little bit of a reimagining of Venom, and it's a better Venom movie than the 3 flicks that have come from Sony recently. No offense to Tom Hardy. Billy having a voice in his head takes us to some unexpected places and delivers twists that other movies in this series never even dreamed of. The sharper script is only complemented by the excellent performers here too. This is Rowan Campbell's best role to date, and I'd even go so far as to say that he is the definitive Billy Chapman now. He might have messed up in Haddonfield, but he's certainly the champion of Hackett. Sign me up for the Rowan Campbell fan club officially after his hilarious little appearance in The Monkey from earlier this year and leading this franchise to some greener grass, baby. Or should I say some snowier, bloodier grass? I think he captures Billy's insanity in a much more nuanced way. He's a tortured soul that's compelled to do this, to expel this evil. There might also be more to it than just that as well. Ruby Modine is just as fantastic, thankfully, being much more than just Billy's love interest. This film is set up in a very similar way to Halloween Ends. That's pretty evident from a lot of the clips and trailers and marketing just in general that we've gotten from the film so far. I was so worried that this movie would make the same mistake as Halloween Ends, where the love interest is kind of just super dumb so that this whole plot can work. I hate what they did to Allison in Halloween Ends. It is a sin that I feel like that movie will just never recover from, in my humble opinion. Thankfully, the third act of this movie makes Pamela into something way more interesting.
Anyways, when you find that special someone, don't let him go.
There's also an emotional core with this character that makes you immediately care for her. She's kind of that typical character stuck in a small town and wants to get out, but she's also a troubled character who's just always trying to do the right thing.
Are you okay? I'm gonna figure out what's going on in there.
You, had no idea.
Obviously, we're doing a spoiler-free review of this bad boy. The film doesn't come out till Friday, maybe some early previews on Thursday for some of y'all, but I do want to give you guys some really interesting details. Number one, maybe one of the most important things from this entire review is that yes, there is in fact a Garbage Day reference.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
I know some of you were worried about that. Also, there's a ton of references to the other movies in the series, which I think is really funny. Really, really small blinker, you'll miss some things too, like a fire poker, for instance. If you know, you know. 2, a ton of die in this movie, which is super awesome. If you're calling this woke, then maybe you just like The only negative thing I have to say about this is I wish I didn't see it online before I actually got to see the film itself. It is the big showcase scene of the entire movie. It does not get crazier than that, but it is pretty crazy and pretty awesome. And 3, this flick does this really cool thing with its opening scene where it's layered throughout the entire movie. So if you're watching the opening of this and you feel like it's way too quick, we're just getting into the story like that fast, just bear with this one. There's a reason they're waiting to reveal things to you, and it's totally worthwhile in my humble opinion. Now, it's a slasher movie, we gotta talk about the kills. They are very brutal, but don't expect Terrifier levels of gore. Art likes to rip people apart and play with their organs. Billy is more about punishing the naughty and then getting the heck out of there. We still see a lot of viscera, a lot of blood spraying all over the place. Don't be disappointed there, my friends. But don't expect Rowan Campbell to be pulling out the salt and the bleach on top of people. There is a lot of great gore in this movie, however, including a dude getting his face bashed in with a hammer so hard that his face skin starts flailing around all crazy. It's pretty nasty, but I think this movie is much more about the satisfaction of just watching people get what they deserve. This movie really plays on the whole "it's easier to hide your secrets in a small town" kind of trope as we uncover some pretty horrible things about seemingly normal folks. It's a trope that the older I get, the more I understand why it's utilized. I have to admit, I've been pretty disappointed by slasher flicks this year. It's a far cry from like 2022 or 2024, for instance, but thankfully Mike Nelson has put out another banger. Listen, I like to make my jokes about sweet revenge. Is it kind of just a hard apple cider commercial? Yes, but it still delivers some pretty damn cool kills. I mean, it's Jason Voorhees coming back doing his thing after like, what was it, 15, 16 years? Oh my God. Mike Nelson was not only able to bring us that this year, but also this kick-ass movie, which I think is the undefeated champion of 2025 slashers. I mean, nothing even comes close in my opinion. Hard Eyes had some pretty cool kills and a really iconic killer, but the twist was so obvious. Characters, why can't I say that word? Characters were great in Hard Eyes. Again, like lots to love about that movie, but that's the only other one that I think is in contention for me personally. This movie just has such an upper hand in those regards. Lots of twists and turns that I didn't see coming, or at least I didn't see them doing it in the way that I thought they would do. Pretty much everything Mike has done, I've absolutely loved, including the Wrong Turn remake, which is also a major reimagining of that franchise. After watching this movie, all I can say is give Mike Nelson the weird franchises and just let him cook. Could you imagine this guy pumping out a new Phantasm or like a new Pumpkinhead? He would absolutely slay those movies, just like how he did with this one. I am very impressed by the new Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think I liked it much more than I thought I was going to. I hope you all get to see it in theaters this upcoming weekend. It's very good. I highly recommend seeing it with a big audience. This is a total crowd pleaser. You're gonna have a great time seeing it in the theaters with other people. Are you guys excited for Silent Night, Deadly Night? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching. Please subscribe. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.